This is one of the oldest stories ever told. It's not literally true. It's far more important than that. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And there was evening, and then there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let the water below be separated from the sky above." And it was so. And there was evening, and then there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place, and let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters the seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants, seed-bearing flowers, and trees on the land that bear fruit." And it was so. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark the days and the months and the years." And it was so. God made the sun to govern the day, and the moon to govern the night. He also made the stars. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and then there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly in the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the farm animals and the wild animals." And it was so. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us create mankind in our own image." So he created men and women, and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth. Look after all the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the farm animals and the wild animals. I give you every seed-bearing plant and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be your food." And it was so. God saw all that he made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and then there was morning, the sixth day. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had done, so he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because his work of creation was complete. Men and women were fruitful, and they did multiply, but they didn't look after the planet. They fished for blue-finned tuna. Fish got rarer, they became more and more expensive, so they were pursued ever more vigorously until there were none left. The clownfish lived on coral reefs. Women and men burned fossil fuels, and the world warmed up. As the seas warmed up, the ice melted, and the water levels rose, and the seas became more acidic, and the coral died. And the clownfish, without a home, died with it. The men and women cut down the forests to make more farmland, until there were no trees left. Without the forests, there was nowhere for the parrots to live, and they died out too. The women and men used pesticides to protect their crops. Without bees and other insects, there was nothing to pollinate the flowers, and they disappeared as well. Men and women found that they could raise cattle more intensively in factory-like barns, and the cows were never seen in the fields again. Women and men went searching for minerals to build computers and mobile phones, and destroyed the habitat where the gorillas used to live. Poachers finished them off to make trophies for rich people. Eventually, the earth was empty, apart from the men and women who God had told to look after it.